Good afternoon. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch, and it is Wednesday, February 23rd. So let me know if you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. Awesome. Sorry that took me a whole minute to see it. Um, okay, so let me make sure that YouTube can see me. Where did it go? And hear me. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing? Okay, so I have to tell you what I did yesterday. I've gotten several emails from everyone, not from everyone. I've gotten several emails asking where my blog post is for the project that I made Monday night that got interrupted because I lost my internet signal. I did not get it done yesterday. I'm sorry about that. What I decided to do was work on my internet connection in my room. So, as you know, losing my internet connection on Monday really stressed me out. And although Google Fiber is coming, I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be 3 months, 6 months, or a year, but I had to figure out a workaround. And I'm not sure this is going to fix it. But what I did was I moved my room around yesterday and I plugged my computer into the Ethernet. So I'm plugged in now. So that's like the best connection you can get. I'm normally on Wi-Fi, but today I'm plugged into the Ethernet. So I had to move bookshelves around so that I could get that cable across the room. And yes, I've already tripped over the cord once today. But once I'm done going live today, I'm going to unplug it and go back to Wi-Fi because it's just my live streaming that really needs a good signal. Yeah. So anyway, thank y'all so much for being here and not giving up on me. I'm determined to get this connection thing fixed. So hopefully I won't lose you today. Yes, let's hope and pray. Okay, so housekeeping notes. I have a couple for y'all. Celebration is ending on the 28th, so today's the 23rd. So don't forget to take another peek at all of your choices. We are using two of the items today. We're using the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. I will be offering another class using this paper, even though it will be officially retired next month. I'm still going to use it because I've been stockpiling it so that I could offer some card classes. And we're using the Driving By stamp set. Okay. Also, don't forget that the special of getting 2 additional free stamp sets of your choice in the starter kit also ends on the 28th. So if you're thinking about joining and becoming a demonstrator, now's the perfect time. One other suggestion is if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, don't forget that you can prepay for your subscriptions and you get free celebration stuff. So you can either purchase a 3-month, a 6-month, or a 12-month, and you get celebration items. Okay, that's not supposed to be out yet. That's next week. Okay, you want to see the card that we're making? Here is the card we're going to be making today. And I'm going to show you the supplies. Okay, so Patricia said several demonstrators have had the same issue. So Do you want to hear something funny though? So my computer that's here on my desk, it's one of the new Macs. I have the pink one. And when I when I started trying to figure out how to fix my problem, I'm like, well, where's the Ethernet connection? Because on the back of the computer, there's no Ethernet hole. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? And then I tried Googling it, and the gadget that I needed, um, you can't get. It's on a ship in the middle of the ocean. So I started Googling. So, fixing things is not easy. Like, you got to search for hours. And I started looking for videos on what kind of adapter I needed for my Mac to plug the Ethernet in. And I found this guy's video. Of course, he was long-winded. But he finally got to the point, and the Ethernet adapter on these new Macs is in the power cord. I didn't have to order anything. It's actually in the power cord, which is brilliant of Apple. Anyway, so sorry. I'm like a chatterbug today just because I'm so excited that I figured some things out, even though it took forever. Okay, supplies. Well, let's go ahead and do this. I have a joke to tell y'all today. Because the weather is so yucky in lots of places, here too it's freezing. I actually have my sweatshirt on today. Um, how did the Eskimo make his bed? With large blankets of snow and sheets of ice. And another one, how do you prevent a summer cold? Catch it in the winter. And what do you call a pooch living in Alaska? A chili dog. Okay, now back to stamping. We're going to be here a while. I'm just going to say. So we're making a slim card today, and it fits in a coin envelope, but you cannot mail a coin envelope. So I'm going to show you a couple workarounds. So this is the coin envelope, okay? But it's not legal to mail it. These are our slimline envelopes that we carry right now. It will fit inside there. Or, when you write a check and you mail your bills, the younger generation don't know how to do that, but we still do. You could always insert it in there and still mail it. And add some extra stuff if you want to. So this is meant to be hand delivered or added into another. I never really, like a lot of times when I send gifts, I send a card inside of a gift package. So that would be perfect for this. Okay, Nicole says it's 66 in North Carolina. Grr, I'm so jealous. Okay, this is thick, basic white cardstock, and it measures 6 3/4 by 6 3/8, and I scored it at 3 3/8. Okay, I normally do that. Okay, wait. Mary Catherine has a joke for us. What do you call a golden retriever on the beach in July? What? What's the answer? Where's her answer? I'm still waiting to see the answer. Okay. Oh, a hot dog. Okay. The designer series paper, this is the Sunshine and Rainbows, measures 3 by 6. And then the Magenta Madness. Oh, that's the other thing I want to tell y'all. This measures 3 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then you need another piece of basic white. This is regular, this is thick. And this measures 1 by 6. And then we have some scraps for stamping. Okay, I have to stop looking at the comments or I will never make this card. So we're going to stamp 3 bugs. I've got my, and I have my little bug here that one of y'all sent me. I feel terrible. I always say, I've always wanted a bug. I never got one yet. I'm going to one day. But so one of y'all sent me this, And when in my move, I lost the little note that you sent me, but I still have my bug you sent me. It sits on my shelf over there because it makes me smile. Okay, Memento ink. And here's our image. So we don't want the presents on our bug. I guess you could if you wanted to, but this is not really a birthday card. So I'm gonna take my Post-it note and cover up the present. And then ink it up. I have to tell y'all something that's funny and not funny. And I have several girls on here today, my downline girls. I'm so embarrassed. Last night, yesterday was downline day, and last night was our team meeting, our Zoom team meeting. And I am such a goof. I cannot believe it. I've been thinking about it like all night and this morning. I started our team meeting 30 minutes early. And I didn't know why people weren't there. Like, I was like, where are my people? And I didn't even know until the very end, until one of you mentioned it to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm such a nut. I cannot believe I did that. Oh goodness. That's what I get for, I got the line on that one. That's what I get for having a team meeting the week after my vacation. I need a week to get over the vacation, especially since getting stranded in DC. That was disappointing that our vacation got messed up because of a snowstorm that lots of people got, right? Okay, I'm gonna stamp it one more time because I messed that one up. You could use washi tape too if you don't want to use a Post-it note, but perfect. Now I need to stamp the greeting real quick. And that is here. Did I? Let's try that again. That looks good. Okay, now we're done stamping. Now we're gonna color. I keep looking up to make sure that I still have a connection. Thank goodness I do. Although I don't want to jinx myself. Here's all of our blends that we're using. So we're using Pumpkin Pie, Granny Apple Green, Magenta Madness, and Smoky Slate. And one of the other things I wanted to remind y'all is our 2019 in colors are going to be retiring in a couple months, and they will sell out. The items, if you have your heart set on the 2019 in colors, I'm going to grab the catalog. So the 2019 in colors, let's see, I should have had this tabbed. Okay. Come on. There it is. So that would be not 2019, 2020. 2020 in colors are retiring. So Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Bumblebee, Sad Face. I like that Bumblebee color. Magenta Madness and Misty Moonlight. Grr, I really love Misty Moonlight. So Magenta Madness will be retiring. Okay, so let's color these. I'm getting rid of that one so that I don't accidentally color it. So I'm going to start with Granny Apple Green. I'm going to start with the dark color first. So if you need to grab a drink or go to the restroom, now's the perfect time because I'm going to be coloring for a few minutes. And if I mess up, those 3 that are up there are ready for me to use. So that's why I did those. Is so if I accidentally color out of the line or if I mess up my fussy cutting, I can just pull from that stack right there. Yeah, it's really cold here again. I don't like it at all. Yesterday, I think it was 16, and we had snow flurries. And my studio is in the basement downstairs, and it is every bit of 10 degrees colder than upstairs. I love Granny Apple Green. I used to say that Pear Pizzazz was my favorite green, um, but Granny Apple Green has moved into the spot. Okay, now we just have the tires, and it looks like I'm still live, so maybe this, wait, Debbie, you got a cockatiel? And you named him Chip? That's so cute. Oh, I want to see a picture. Will you send me a picture? What am I doing with this? I need, see, I saw the word cockatiel. Oh, I want to see a picture. What color is he? If I didn't travel a lot, I would totally have my own. I travel way too much, and I have to tell you that I stress so much when I leave Bella. And I know that Chase and Jessica took very good care of her, but I still stress so much. And birds are very sensitive. They're very sensitive to smells, chemicals, temperature. Um, you can even scare them to death. And then some birds, when their parents, when their owners leave them, like go somewhere, some of them will pluck their feathers. Um, so I guess I'm justified in being a little nervous, right? I will one day have my own cockatiel. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to do the pumpkin pie one. So I'm going to start with the dark. Do y'all notice if the quality of the video is any better since I'm hardwired in now? Oh, I also wanted to tell y'all, if David goes fishing, if he leaves, I'm going to go live again this week. He's talking about going and visiting our friend in Tennessee and going fishing. So if he goes fishing, I'll put out a little blurb on Facebook that I'll go live again. If I don't though, that means he stayed home. I still haven't really adjusted to him being home all day, every day. I think that had we known COVID was going to happen when we were in the process of moving and building a house, like we signed all the paperwork before COVID started, so we didn't know what our world was going to turn into. But had we known, we probably would have built a different house. Like we downsized, and we didn't know he was going to be working all the time, full time, 24/7 in this house with me. I'm laughing just because I've always said that I couldn't live with him full time because ever since the day I met him, he's always traveled with his job. And then when he wasn't traveling, then we have the lake house, so I can send him down there. But he don't go all that often right now, and I'm like, I need some space, because when he leaves, I work like nonstop, like all day, all night. He makes me go up there and eat and stuff. Okay, y'all are still there, right? Yes. Okay, goodness. One more, Magenta Madness. Again, we're going to start with the dark. This is the light. I can't tell these two apart. They're very similar, I think. This is a pretty color. I like more tropical, like this color, you know. I think that's called tropical, right? And now the light. I think we're expecting snow again too. And I know Tennessee's expecting a lot of rain. I'm almost done. And now the smoky slate. And then we get to cut it out. Cut them out. Maybe I won't cut all of them out. How long have I been here? Well, the card assembly is going to be really easy because it's a simple card. Okay, while I'm coloring, if you're watching me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. Pretty Please with Sugar on Top. I look at my analytics every week, and about 70% of people that watch my videos are still not subscribed. So I'm like, what can I do? How can I get y'all to subscribe? Okay, that's it for that. Let's go ahead and cut the greeting out. We're using the Cloud Punch. And I have to get my little here it is. I was gonna say, I had my team meeting last night and I used this and I was like, well, where did I put it? I found it. It was just over to the right of me. Oh my gosh, Debbie, you got the one that I want, white and gray. Oh my goodness gracious, she got a white and gray cockatiel. It's so cute. That's the color I want. That's the one I want. And I just accidentally closed the page because I was looking at the I was looking at her cockatiel. It's beautiful. Elaine swerved there. I closed out my video because anyway, sorry about that. What? It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm a little jealous. Now I can't even think straight. Okay, so we're going to emboss this. And you know what? I think I don't have the right plate. Somebody help me out here. Let's see. If I'm using this one, I think... No, that's not right. It's a different plate. Ruh-roh. Here it is. I found it. It's the 4 plate, right? Yeah. Uh-oh. Did my video freeze? No, it didn't. Okay. So there's that piece. Now, I'm going to fussy cut one of the cars, and then I'll use those so we don't have to stay here forever. So I like to cut it out, make it smaller. And then, let's see, I determined I liked starting on the back of the car. I'm going to be thinking about Chip all day now. I'm going to have to show Brookie a picture. I'm really concentrating. The one I did off camera is a little bit better, but okay. So now we're going to take the Designer Series paper and add it to the Magenta Madness cardstock. And I'm just going to use some liquid glue. And then we're going to add it to the front. Yes, it fits. Yeah, I would get a bird tomorrow, but not with the traveling that we do. Yeah, I can't do it. Eventually I will. And now this one's going to go down here. So this is our little road. And same thing, I'm just going to add it with liquid glue. Did I tell y'all the name of this embossing folder? It is the Stripes and Splatters. So Monday's project that I made, the little bunny, Easter bunny box or treat holder, I will be getting that done today. I have taken pictures, so it will be done. Oh, I just realized something. Well, it'll be okay. So I'm going to get my dimensionals now. And we need our embellishment. So I'm going to add the pink car. Let's see. There. And then the pumpkin car there. And then the granny apple green. I need to move the pumpkin over a little. That's the beauty about these dimensionals. As long as you don't press too hard, you can still move them. And then our greeting is going to go up here. And then we're going to add a couple faux sea glass shapes. So this one's going to go here. Well, it's sticking to me. We'll add one down here. And then one over here. I changed the placement of them. You can put them wherever you want. Okay, so the only difference is that the Cloud Punch, it's reverse. So let me show you how to do that real quick. So if you just cut it out and then turn it and then stamp it. So I stamped it first and then I cut it out. So there it is, if you wanted it to be identical. Okay? 30 minutes exactly, right on time. Okay, anybody have a question for me? I think I like it the other way. Don't y'all? I do. I'm like, do y'all do this too? Do you take things apart and redo them? I'm famous for it. And you know what? It needs another dimensional on the bottom because it kind of gets flat. Okay, so for those of you that arrived a little bit late, I wanted to remind you again that this fits in a coin envelope. Where'd I put it? Hold on, let me find it. But you can't mail a coin envelope, so you can send it with a gift, or you can add it to a slim envelope or a bill mailing envelope. What do they call these envelopes? I just call them envelopes that we pay our taxes and bills in. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to scroll back now and look for questions. So I'm going to start with YouTube and I'm going to look at your questions real quick. So, yeah, our weather is cold. What is the temperature right now? It's currently 12 degrees. 12. Yeah, I don't even want to leave the house. Elizabeth said that this is a bill payment envelope, or is it? Can't you use a bill pay envelope? Yeah, that's a bill pay envelope. That's what this is. Let's see. You know, if you didn't want to fussy cut these, you could take a straight piece of cardstock. Well, let's see. If you wanted to go all the way across, I'm getting a piece of paper. You could just stamp all of them in a row. I don't have one that's that long, but you could just stamp 3 in a row and just make this white piece just a little bit bigger. Yeah, so you wouldn't have, oh, business envelope, that's what it is. So this card measures 6 3/8 by 3 1/2. And it fits perfectly in the coin envelope. Okay? I remember using these envelopes back when I did the Dave Ramsey envelope thingy. Have any of y'all ever done that Dave Ramsey envelope system? Man, that's a long time ago. I think he probably still does it though, right? Okay, I'm looking for more questions. This is called a number 7. This one is. So I'm not sure what a number 10. Number 10 is the bigger one. Okay, so y'all were saying this is a 10 and this is a 7. Okay, I'm gonna head over to the Facebook side now and look for questions over there. Um, Carol asked who watches Bella when I'm gone. Chase and Jessica watched her this time. Yeah. In my old neighborhood, my old assistant Laura used to, but um, she works full time now, and so I don't have that option. Yeah, so this time it was Chase and Jessica. They had to give her a bath because she got real stinky. They sent me Snapchats of it. It was so funny. Um, okay, I don't see any other questions. Any other questions before I sign off? Peggy says that she might give her car a flat tire. Okay, so I want to show you. I did too. This was the first one I cut this morning, and it wasn't perfect. So I went back to the drawing board and did it again. I know I was getting too close to the line. So you need to give it a little bit more room and it'll be better. And of course, this is the one that I did on camera, which was better than my first one. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad y'all like it. Um, okay, so I don't know. I don't think we can mail this one. When I went to the USPS website, I would have swore it said I couldn't. I'm going to get a note card envelope real quick and try that one. Let's see. So we can mail these, and these measure, this is the note card size. So this is 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. And does anybody have one of those mailing thingies that will tell you what size your envelope has to be? Actually, instead of just trying to figure it out, I'm just going to say check with your post office before you put a stamp on this thing, because I 100%, I don't know 100%. I just know I Googled it and bunches of people said that you can't, that it exceeds, I don't know, but I could be wrong. Kathy asks, is it hard to use the baby die cutter? No, it isn't hard. Let me tell you the trick to this. And I always mess up when I overthink it. So you pretty much just don't overthink. These plates cannot exceed the white. You can't feed it through like that. And you can't feed it through like this either. So it needs to be like that. They need to be flush with each other. This one doesn't have to be flush with these, but these two need to be flush, and then that will work. But oftentimes you'll see people will be doing it like this, and they'll be doing it like this. It don't work like that. You have to have them together. That's when it catches in there. So it's not hard at all. I love this little thing, and I really like on days like today when it's really cold out, my bones hurt, my hands hurt. This is the perfect little thing. It's so lightweight. I would not want to have to pick up the big one today.